'Cause I mean,
Fuck it, let's just go and record.
yeah.
Okay, so right now we're talking about King of Queens was a Everyone Loves Raymond spinoff.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember him because it used to be on like all the time after school.
Oh
like,
yeah,
for like the
4
2 hours
o'clock.
right after school. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, 1998 to 2007. So I mean, it had a good run. Let's see here.
Because there was always two of them. Because it was the King of Queens, and then it was My Wife and Kids. That was on always right after the King of Queens.
Wasn't it Yes Dear?
Yes, Dear. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yes, Dear.
Yeah.
You see,
Yes,
you knew
Dear.
what I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
My Wife and Kids. Yeah, that was with the Wayne dude, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
That was the.
Let's see here. Trivia. Yeah, Yes Dear was good.
Yeah, I was
It
thinking.
was it was kind of weird.
Had the two people
sometimes.
living out in the garage with their family. Like they were like the poor
Yeah.
security driver or the security guard guy.
Yeah, see, we were talking about paycheck to paycheck. They were always like that. They were like,
Yeah.
we don't have enough money for anything.
Yeah, but they lived in a house with
Yeah.
dude that could clearly afford it.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, they could always be like, oh, we don't have the rent, so we're your brother, though. I'm your brother-in-law, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were sisters, weren't they? And then,
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
sisters and the two
brother-in-law.
dudes were brother-in-law.
yeah. All of those I can stand. I don't really know any new ones that are, like, super good.
Yeah, I don't know. I became one of the cable cutters, so I don't know any new sitcoms really.
Yeah, me either. I
Like the
haven't
newest
had it in a
sitcom I've
while.
watched is what we were talking about a little bit ago, Raising Hope.
Mhm.
Which I mean, it's funny as hell.
Apparently, there was a King of Queens Becker crossover and a King of Queens Cosby crossover.
A Cosby crossover.
Let's see how that one went.
I did not know that anything new with
Cosby,
Cosby
and the
was
King of
ever.
Queens.
Because I mean, that went off air way before King of Queens was ever conceived.
Yeah.
Like, why would they bring it back?
Let's see here. Oh no, I don't think it was a spinoff. It just says there were some ties to it.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess I was misinformed. But, yeah, there was a King of Queens crossover with Everyone Loves Raymond. And, yeah, it says the King of Queens, Doug Heffernan, who works as a delivery man, popped up on the show Cosby, making delivery to Bill Cosby's character, Hilton Lucas. Apparently it was promoted as Shameless Crossover Monday.
Ah.
Yeah.
They even acknowledged that it was
they're just
crossover
like,
Monday.
We're just putting shows and
Yeah.
we're putting characters in shows just so you watch the other show.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you like this one? Become interested in Cosby Show. We got some Jim Heffers, what's his first name?
Doug. Kevin James.
Doug Heffernan, yeah. No,
Yeah,
Doug.
Doug
I meant his
Heffernan, yeah.
character name.
Yeah.
I always remember the last one.
Yeah, that one. I grew up on that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And so you just want to talk about the movies?
I guess.
No.
Yeah.
Do you like The Signal?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that yet.
It was pretty cool. There were a couple
Yeah.
things that were, meh.
What?
Like him having muscular dystrophy. Like, it wasn't believable at all that he had it. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, like, there were a couple times where he would just squat down and sit down without, like, if you don't have your little cane things and you have muscular dystrophy, you're just going to collapse because you can't support yourself.
I don't know. I mean, it never really explained how severe it was.
That's
like
true,
if he
but
could, like if he had like 20 or 30% or 0% of
I didn't know
the
if
use
there
of his
was
legs.
Like, I didn't know if there was a level to that. Like, I thought it was like you have it or you don't have it.
Well, I mean, it can affect different muscles.
Ah.
So I mean, you know.
Because usually when you see it portrayed, like they're dragging their feet, like the dude on Breaking Bad, like that kid.
Yeah, I believe there are different levels to it. Yeah, and of course, I mean, what did you expect any of the stuff that started happening towards the end?
No.
Yeah, I
like
didn't
it
either.
was all,
Yeah.
like some of it was kind of corny and stuff at a few points, but I mean it was still twist. Like I didn't expect any of it, and I always try to. Anytime I watch movies, like, oh, I'm gonna figure this out.
Oh yeah, I don't think
even if it's
really
a double twist, I'm gonna figure out the double twist before the first twist even happens.
This twist is just kind of so far out there, unless somebody. I mean, I'm sure somebody figured it out before the end while they were watching it, but I couldn't have. I didn't at all. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I like how it leaves the whole mystery to it too. I like when movies do that, when they don't explain everything. Like they explain just enough that you know what's going on, but you don't know anything about the people that got him.
Yeah.
Like the people that
we're getting
that Morpheus worked for. You don't know.
Yeah, we're getting into spoiler territory here, people. So.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah. If you haven't seen The Signal, it came out pretty recently, but go watch it. Or if not, skip ahead probably about 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, towards the end, it started getting a little crazy. I didn't expect it to be as insane of a compound as it was.
You didn't expect it to go crazy sci-fi route, like, boom, they're in space on some kind of weird, like, experimental lab dome thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I started to think
I'm
that
not
it was...
sure. Well, I mean, it could just be an alien, experiment that they just set up robots.
Petri dish. It could be like an alien petri dish. They just test stuff out.
Yeah, because, I mean, who knows? They might just be building, like, human super soldiers. Because that's exactly what it seemed like.
Yeah, because they were trying to
find
find
the dude with the rock arm.
The robot, like forearm things, yeah. Yeah, because they were trying to find the people that the technology was most compatible with, is what they were looking for.
So I just don't know. I mean, it doesn't explain anything, obviously, but, we're just left to speculate on why they're using humans and who the aliens even are. I mean, it doesn't show any of the aliens. All the Lawrence Fishburne was a fucking robot.
Yeah, like the weird robot with just his face.
Yeah, so, I mean, everything was just being beamed into him. And they were just kind of... I assume it's just kind of an automated simulation or just a dynamic AI that can just...
like some kind
that's
of...
it.
Like
or those might be the aliens. They might just be a robotic race.
Could have been them. I mean, they seem,
So... But, I mean, some of the stuff, they just glitched out. Like, I think they said that they were just running in a simulation or something like that. I forget I'm going to look that up. The kid with the glasses, I forget his name. He kind of started to figure it out once they got to the visitor center.
Yeah, I didn't like him in the beginning. He seemed like a douche.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Like, he seemed like he was trying to play, like, the cool, nerdy guy. Like, I thought that's what, like, dropping, like, funny references and stuff. I was like, this guy, he's trying, but he seemed pretty cool once he went a little crazy and everything happened to him.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't get is both of them hated their, like, robotic or alien arms or whatever. Like, dude was like, oh, my legs, and, like, trying to, like, rip them off and freaking out and stuff. And the one dude even acknowledged it. Like, he tried ripping his hands off. Like, if I woke up in a hospital bed and was like, oh, shit, I have robotic legs, I would be like, this is one of the greatest days of my life.
Yeah.
And, like, I would...
That's you, though.
I would be joyous. I would be a little angry that it wasn't my arms, because that's the first thing I want is robot arms.
Yeah, with human hands. Fuck that shit.
Nah. Like, I mean...
Then you just be able to look at your dick and be like, well, never touching that again.
No, like, it stopped right there because he even checked it.
I know,
like,
I'm saying, but if you have robot hands...
He's like, oh, do I have a dick? Oh, cool.
No, I'm saying, if you have robot hands, I'm not trusting metal to jerk me off. I'm not doing that.
That's true. You wear latex
no matter
glove
how...
or something.
Fuck that.
Take the material out of a fleshlight.
I mean, I don't know how well put together these arms are, but if it just does a death grip...
Yeah,
and then I mean,
you saw what he did when he smashed the ground.
Exactly, I'm not doing that. Not with those rock hands, at least.
No, those rock hands.
Just human hands, or just... I could just put human skin on them. I don't know, that's cool. I'll take that. But, I mean, I can see with the legs, because he didn't fucking know, and that's kind of weird to just not feel your legs.
It is, but
and
also...
And then you look down and you're like... Oh, this is clearly alien technology, almost.
But if anything,
where the fuck
his legs didn't work before, so he should be excited for anything that works at 100%.
Well, I mean, he got used to them after a while, but I mean, you gotta assume not everybody has wanted to be integrated with technology like you do.
That's true.
So I mean, 99% of the population would probably just kill themselves right off the bat,
or try to cut their legs off.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I can see that it. Yeah, his name was Nick. I think so.
No, Nick was the main guy, Brandon Thwaites or whatever.
Oh yeah,
he was in The Giver too. That's why, because I knew I saw him somewhere and I had to look it up.
I guess it is Jonah. Yeah, Jonah.
Bo Nap.
Yeah, Bonap.
I like that he had a cracked screen too on his cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't just like pristine cell phone. I was like, oh cool, it's a cracked screen. You know how many people I know with cracked cell phones.
75%.
Like it's nice to see that.
Yeah, it didn't get very good reviews. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I mean it was low budget indie film. It didn't explain a lot. You know, people like stuff hand fed to them. They don't like to think too much about it.
Yeah.
Unless it's the end twist.
That's a good comparison. One reviewer or one critic said, if this all sounds like a souped up episode of the X-Files, then you're in the right ballpark. I can see that. This does seem like one of the more standalone episodes of X-Files.
I haven't seen a lot of X-Files. I've only seen like a handful of episodes. But yeah, that seems like, because it doesn't explain in the beginning, it doesn't explain the ending, and that seems like that's what X-Files
the X-Files
does.
They were really kind of
It's just about that little story, and then it's over.
Usually it leaves with Mulder saying, I don't know what the fuck that was. Or just be like, I need to know what the fuck that was. And that's pretty much the two sides of the X-Files. But I fucking love the X-Files. I'm not bashing it.
His little leg power was cool once he like charged up.
Oh yeah.
Once he like held A to charge and took off.
Just fucking broke the simulation.
Like they turned all red. He's just like, I was expecting him to do some kind of jump. Because that chick said push from within.
Yeah.
Like, and I was waiting for that, like, just, like, to come through in his head, like a little echo. You know how they do that in movies? Like, be like,
I'm glad he didn't do
like
that.
Star Wars, like, where you hear,
like,
just use the Force, Luke. Like that. Like, I was like, just push from within. I was expecting him to do, like, an Incredible Hulk jump or something, like, jump at the helicopter.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, that's kind of too action for this movie.
Well, I think at that point he did realize that it was kind of a simulation. He was just like, if I just go, I'm going to do something. Like, this is going to break some shit. This is going to break some...
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to break. It might just break the universe. It might break the laws of physics. I don't fucking know, but we're going to do it. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they showed the actual powers.
Yeah, I know, because it was a nice little, like, break. Like, it showed some action, like him smashing the ground, and it showed, like, the shockwave effect.
Almost,
and, like, people,
like
flew up in the air. Yeah. Exactly like Chronicle. There wasn't a lot of action, but when it did show it, it was cool.
Yeah.
Because you were waiting for it the whole time.
Yeah, it did.
You're like, oh, I want to see him do something with his hands. What's he gonna do with those alien hands?
Yeah, they didn't just tease you with the action once they actually got to it. Like a lot of movies used to do it. I can't really think of any specific examples, but they would just do it, and then the action would just kind of be lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the whole point of the movie. It's all building up to the action scenes, and then it's not as in-depth as you'd want it to be. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, it's definitely a good movie. I'm glad you recommended it.
Yeah, it was.
I love sci-fi movies too, so usually any sci-fi movie I'm open to.
It's kind of the last 4 or 5 years have been kind of a indie sci-fi boom, which I'm loving.
Yes, me too. More sci-fi, the better.
Yeah, there's been a lot of space settings and kind of time
Even
travel.
if they're terrible remakes of old
kind of
good
stuff.
sci-fi movies,
Yeah.
like Total Recall, at least it brings
something.
It brings it to people's attention. Like, hey, you should get back into sci-fi movies. Those are awesome. Laser beams and
Yeah, there's
time travel, like you said.
Automata that just came out. That's a sci-fi with Antonio Banderas. I've heard mixed things about that, but pretty good. I mean, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, all sorts of. That's not really indie.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Tom Cruise though.
Big blockbuster, but sci-fi has definitely been getting some love. Because it wasn't really there in the 90s. I mean, you had more kind of comedies set in space and sci-fi.
But you gotta also think, though, a lot of the technology from the 80s and 90s, what they thought was in the future, is actually possible now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in the 80s, cell phones were like future technology.
Yeah.
Like they're zipping around in spacecrafts and everything, then using cell phones. Like that was unheard of. In the internet.
Like, whoa!
Like in the 70s, they didn't know what the internet was.
Oh, no.
Or the 60s and stuff when they're making sci-fi.
Oh no. Which, I mean...
And boom, now it's on my phone.
Like, there's not too many sci-fi movies that have stood the test of time. Maybe 2001. Well, definitely 2001. That just still seems pretty futuristic.
Yeah, I mean, Most of the ones based off of old cyberpunk books stood the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, 'cause
Minority
a lot of
Report,
cyberpunk
like Minority
was-
Report's still way futuristic.
Precogs.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know if I'd want that world.
No, not at all. I don't know.
Less
I can't
crime,
say
I
that.
assume, but not very fun.
But yeah, not too many sci-fi movies.
A lot of cyberpunk and sci-fi. It's always the rulers trying to get it to a, you know,
To enslave everybody
Yeah,
type
to
of
where
thing. It's not just
it's-
like, hey, ease of life.
yeah, ease of life, and then trying to bring quote unquote pureness to everything, kind of deal. And it always kind of seems like they're just trying to take away the bad parts of life, and that's what makes life fun.
That's why I'm excited for the Neuromancer movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll break cyberpunk out
Is that
finally.
is there any news on that? I have not kept up with it
It's
in a while.
still
So then just
getting tossed around. It's got the
Yeah.
director of Splice, I believe. Or, yeah, Splice.
Mhm.
That was the one with Adrian Brody, right? How
I think
how
so.
he made
Yeah,
that
yeah,
alien.
yeah, the
Yeah,
alien.
he's the dude that directed that attached to it. I believe him. Because it was the guy that did Torque. And I was like, why are you having the guy
Yeah.
that directed Torque direct my favorite book? It's like, adaptation.
No. Yeah.
And it had Hayden Christensen attached as the lead guy. Like, I don't want him to be in.
Oh, you gotta give him a chance, man.
Yeah, but he can't play a drugged out guy, like a drugged out computer hacker. Like that's what
I don't know.
that's the main
He
guy.
play- I mean, he's been pretty good in a bunch of things.
He's not a bad actor, but I don't see him as a drugged out computer hacker. I don't ever see him.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, but he could always surprise you.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have anybody attached to it right now. It says.
Yeah, you gotta look at other. It's not on IMDb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just have to look around other websites and stuff.
That sucks.
Because they released a poster for it, and that's the last thing that I heard. It's supposed to come out, I believe, 2015 or 16 was the last rumored date.
Really?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of hype about it.
Yeah, no. And 2015 and 16 are gonna be stacked with movies.
Yeah, you got
Like
Star
those
Wars,
two-
you got
Yeah.
some Marvel movies.
Avengers
I mean,
2.
every year you got to compete with Marvel movies
Hmm.
for the next
Yeah.
20 years.
Well,
Since-
2015 it was there was something like 20 sequels coming out to huge blockbusters,
Damn.
like Jurassic World and all that kind of shit. They're remaking everything.
Which that's gonna be awesome.
Hmm.
Jurassic
Jurassic World looks great.
especially with Chris Pratt
Yeah.
in the lead.
Chris Pratt, he's so hot right now. He's definitely the next movie star, the next super A-list movie star.
Oh yeah, especially after his performance in Guardians.
Yeah, he.
That put him that, and then when Jurassic World comes out, those two, he's gonna be like,
oh
look,
yeah.
I can act. I'm more than just a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which he still was kind of a funny guy too.
I
But
think he was in a few things before Parks and Rec, but they weren't too insanely big. But yeah, you got Mission Impossible 5,
which I can't wait for.
James Bond,
I love Mission Impossible.
24, Friday the 13th sequel.
Man,
Yeah, whatever. Vacation. They were making Vacation.
I don't remember that.
Chevy Chase.
Oh, okay.
National
yeah,
Lampoon's
yeah.
Vacation. Yeah. Let's see here. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2.
They're finally coming out with a sequel for that.
Mhm.
I
think it's
didn't even
Netflix
know there was
exclusive.
going to be a sequel.
Yeah,
Like,
they
that
announced
was-
it maybe about 2 months ago.
I remember watching that when I was like 14 years
Yeah.
old. Like that was one
Yeah.
of the first like
Yeah,
crazy
they're just
kung
flying
fu
through
movies.
the air.
Yeah, like running
That's
across
great.
the little tiny branches. Yeah, just floating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
it's supposed
every
to be Netflix.
teenager has his like Asian girl
of course.
fetish, and there was nude Asians in it.
Mhm.
So it's like yes.
It's got Donnie Yen attached to it still.
Oh, cool. From Ip
Yeah,
Man
I think
and
it's
everything.
still.
Isn't that
Yeah,
who that
he
is?
was in the original, I believe.
Yeah, he was Ip Man, right?
Yeah, Donnie Yen. Yeah.
Yeah, I
let's
saw a
see
few other
here.
movies of his. Once you told me about that, I went on like a little Donnie Yen
Mhm.
like spree and was watching all the movies that he was in.
Yeah, he's great.
He is.
Okay, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, then we have Terminator Genesis. And you heard anything about that?
No, I don't know. I don't really follow Terminator. I don't know.
Well, it's Arnold again.
Is it?
It's gonna do 3 different sections or 3 different timelines of
That's
the
awesome.
Terminator, and it's gonna be the shit.
Like, I haven't seen like the last 2.
He said he's getting in shape. He's getting in the exact shape he was in Terminator 2.
Damn.
Like, I believe it's James Cameron doing it again. No, it's not. Well, did he do? He only did the first 2, right? James Cameron.
I thought it was just the first one.
Was it the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not either.
Well,
I'm not.
Alan Taylor, the director of Thor: The Dark World. So,
As
that
much
was
as I
pretty
love,
good, so.
as much as I love sci-fi and stuff, robots really aren't my thing.
Yeah,
So I'm not
Terminator
really a big
was really
Terminator.
it's really one of the only ones I liked with like killer robots. Because Terminator 2 is great.
That's the one with T1 or T9000, T9.
Is it the T1000? The dude.
Yeah, with the dude that he's running behind the car and everything.
yeah,
yeah, that's that. That's definitely
He
that's
takes
2.
over the body of that cop.
Yeah, that's
When he gets
2.
there. Oh yeah, it's great.
That's
my
the best.
favorite one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, and that one's gonna be good. But yeah, he said the director wanted him to get back in the shape that he was for either Terminator 1 or Terminator 2. But
Oh yeah.
it was pretty much built like a brick shit house at both of them. So,
Oh yeah.
But he said he's getting there.
I mean, they can do it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then Magic Mike sequel.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Jurassic World, The Transporter Legacy.
They're still making Transporter movies too.
That's what came out like 6 years ago, though.
Yeah, I know,
Transporter
but
3
how
came out
many
in
movies
2008.
can you make just based on a dude
Yeah,
taking
that's
something
true.
that he's not supposed to look at, but he looks at every
Yeah.
time? Like,
I
don't look
wish-
at. I follow 3 rules. No names.
I follow 2 rules.
Or 2
really.
rules. Yeah.
Well, no, he says 3 rules, but
yeah.
he follows 3 rules.
He's like, no names. Don't. I make the rules or something, and
Yeah.
like, don't look in the package
Yeah.
or whatever. And he looks in the package
Always,
every
every
time.
time.
Every time.
Well, it's always like people, and he's like, oh, I can't be just transporting people. And then Ted 2, that one. And yeah, Avengers Age of Ultron. Pitch Perfect 2. I know you're excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
They're making a second one.
Oh, shit. I did not know that, and that is terrible. What are you doing, Kevin James?
I actually went to the theater and saw that.
That
Yeah.
first one?
Went and saw that
Oh,
one.
man. I think I saw half of it, and I just had to turn it off.
I don't remember why I went and saw it.
It was a different time when we thought Kevin James could do no wrong.
It must have been. Yeah.
That was right after King of Queens, I bet.
I think that it had to have been
Mhm.
like, because that's the
'Cause
only.
that was around
reason
2008, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2008?
No, I think it was right after that movie he was in with Adam Sandler, where they were gay. They were the
Oh,
firemen's.
yeah.
Firemen's. They
Larry-
were firefighters.
Something.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was right after that. So they're like, oh, he's hot again.
It's
Let's
great,
get him in a
dude."
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, not at all. Furious 7. Fast and Furious 7. I guess it's just called Furious.
Yeah.
Another Paranormal.
Yeah, because they're trying to
Activity.
go away from the Fast and the Furious. They're not trying to be about race
Yeah,
movies
that's
anymore.
true,
They're
yeah,
trying to go into
heist
heist
now.
movies.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not
Divergent.
paranormal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't believe in all that stuff anyways.
SpongeBob movie.
I don't like
You never liked
No,
SpongeBob? Yeah,
I never
okay.
liked SpongeBob at
That's
all.
cool.
And I'm not just being a hipster and saying that. Like,
Yeah.
I legit, I've never, ever since the first time I saw it when I was a
Mhm.
little kid, I was just like, this is.
See,
But I
was
wasn't
at
too
that-
little of a kid. I
Yeah.
was a teenager.
You grown out of the
I was
funny
like a
voices
few
age.
years, yeah, just too old for SpongeBob. Like, there's still a lot of people my age that like it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like the people my age that still like Hello Kitty and all that,
No.
and like My Little Pony.
No, I'll watch it. I'll watch
Like-
up until like season 3 or something like that.
But there's like
4,
people that get like
forget.
SpongeBob tattoos still when
No.
they're like 30 years old. Like,
Yeah, no, it's kinda weird.
Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy guy.
And let's see here. Anything else? Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Oh, hell yeah, I love the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with the ensemble comedy. Especially with all of them, because they were well, you can, yeah, like movie 43.
Oh yeah,
Which I actually
Okay.
saw and I liked half of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
need
and
to see it
Evelyn
just
liked
for the
half of it.
ridiculousness of
It
it.
is, like,
because
it's-
once I heard the story behind it, like the director used all his favors,
Yeah,
and like forced him into it, and like all this kind of shit. That's how he got all these big name
I mean,
people.
spoilers, but I mean,
crazy.
it's Wolverine with a nutsack on his chin.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, or on his
Yeah.
neck. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Mhm.
As long as you like the stupid fart jokes, you gotta like dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, of course. And then let's see here, anything else?
'Cause it's like Scary Movie 2 funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not another teen movie type of funny. Like early on when they first started out.
Yeah.
Before it got way out there.
Yeah, I wish they would make another one. I loved Scary Movie 3, to be honest.
Which one was 3? Was that the one with David Cross in the wheelchair? Or was that 2?
That was 2.
That was 2?
Yeah.
Which one was
third
3?
one was The Matrix and Signs and...
Yeah, I never saw that one. That's when I...
Really?
This is kind of... Yeah, like...
It was pretty good. George Carlin as the dude in the Watchtower.
Oh, okay. Wait, maybe I did see... I think I see clips of that. Maybe I've just seen that part because it's The Matrix and I might have saw it on YouTube.
The whole joke was like, he was always watching Anna Faris, like in the shower and shit.
Yeah.
And, like,
and they're all on the different, all
and,
of the screens, like in The Matrix. It's her doing different.
It was funny. There was all sorts of stuff like Signs. I mean, they had Leslie Nielsen in it. I think that's his name from Airplane and.
Yeah. Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. He was the president. He came in when. Did you ever see Signs?
Yeah.
Well, it was just they brought the aliens in from there, and Charlie Sheen was, I guess Dennis Quaid or whoever played the main guy in Signs.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
He played that dude, and like, you know, he goes down the road and his wife's like pinned against a tree.
Yeah, and like if they move the vehicle, she's gonna die.
And he's like, "Can I get a few minutes with her alone?" And she's like, "I don't understand." And he's like, "Well, take this hot dog and this donut." See where I'm going? And he does like 3 different things.
Yeah,
and it's just ridiculous. But I mean, it's just that so many people like they do a Michael Jackson gag and like all sorts of stuff.
I think 2 was my favorite.
2 is just classic.
David Cross, yeah.
And then Taken 3.
Strong hand.
Taken 3.
Yeah, I just saw that when I went to see Birdman. I saw the trailers for it.
Yeah,
I was
saw
like,
it for
are you
Nightcrawler,
kidding me? They're doing another Taken?
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen the trailers for it or anything? Yeah, like she's dead now. It's not Taken. It should be Killed 1.
Yeah, Killed 1, not
Taken
Taken 3.
Hey,
like, nah, we gotta milk that Taken franchise. Yeah, but...
Like, this dude, he's pretty shitty at his job. Like, he's good at finding people, but he cannot protect people and guard people at all. Like, how many
he can't
times
be there
are
all
you
the
gonna
time,
get taken?
dude. They got like 200 people.
Yeah, but after
He's
the
one
second
dude.
time, I would probably keep my family with me everywhere I went. Like, man, these people are
Yeah,
after
but then
me
you know,
pretty fucking bad.
Then you live like the Amish, just never let them out of your sight. Just never go to sleep. Just sleep in stages.
Yeah.
Just always back to the door. Just no, can't go to
Hire
sleep.
some bodyguards to work rotation.
I mean, he's a retired vet. Probably makes
He's not
like
retired. They
20
made 3
20
movies
grand a
about
year,
how
man.
crazy he's going.
Yeah, but he does that all off of his connects from the time he was and stuff like that. Oh, they're making an Amityville movie again.
Are they?
It's a reboot, I guess.
How many times can you reboot that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, I can see making sequels and pounding into the ground, but you
Not yet.
remake.
Well, it says this is a sequel, not a remake.
I'm just not big. Like, I'm not a big horror guy.
Yeah,
and
me
then
either.
like going to the possession stuff, that's even far. And like ghosts and stuff, that's even.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in it in real life, so I mean that's just not. Like, it just seems stupid to me. Like the movies, not the thought of all that.
What you trying to shit on people's beliefs in here, man?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. People believe whatever they want. I don't
Fuck that,
believe
man.
in it, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get immersed in the
Yeah,
movie.
that's all movies are about is personal connections. So I feel you on that. And Resident Evil 6. I don't know if that's
They're
the
slowly
6th
losing
movie
that.
or they're doing the 6th game. I'm like, I guess it's kind of the 6th game. It says Alice, Jill, Claire, Chris, Leon, Ada, and Wesker rush to the Hive, where the Red Queen plots total destruction over the human race. Actually sounds kind of cool. You got like all the main characters in it by this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alice, Jill, Claire, Chris, Leon, and Ada.
It's what everybody's been waiting for. It was for all the characters.
Yeah,
to be in it.
exactly.
Like, we've been waiting 5 movies now for all the characters.
Yeah. And they've been just trickling them in.
Like, I was waiting for Leon forever. Because
Mhm.
when I came into
Yeah, Leon's my
Resident
favorite.
Evil, like, that was the one that she started as. The one on Nintendo 64. Was that 3?
Or
Was that 4?
No, 4 is the one that was on PS2 and GameCube.
So then it must have been 3.
I'm not sure. There were 3
No, you
and
started
like
off
Resident Evil 0.
No, you
and
were
stuff
Chris
like
in 3.
Yeah, I think it might have been 2. I know one of the early ones.
I think
you
I was
did actually
I was
play.
confusing Leon and Chris. I was waiting for Chris because he came in like 5, didn't he?
Yeah, he
4
was
or 5
in
weeks. He was in
5.
jail.
Yeah.
He was locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, Leon was my favorite.
Yeah, I think it was Resident Evil 3 because it was the one for Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one that I ever played because it was scary as shit because like the doors would open slow. Anytime you open a door, it would just show just the door and it'd be like. Yeah. And sometimes it'd be like a zombie behind it, be like raw. Little kid playing in a dark room.
2, it was 1, 2, and 3 was Nemesis. And
yeah, I didn't like Nemesis at all. I don't like the games where there's
2
always that
was,
guy chasing you and you can't kill him.
Yeah, 2 was Leon.
2 was Leon. Okay.
Resident Evil 1 was Chris, I believe.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, 2 was Leon and Claire.
There's too many sequels. I had my numbers all mixed up.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the timeline, it's pretty insane.
But yeah, Nemesis definitely I didn't.
Yeah, Nemesis was pretty nerve-wracking.
I don't like having to run for. I guess I'm not a big survival game.
Yeah,
like Resident Evil's like right on the border of it. Like I don't like Silent Hill at all.
Yeah, Silent Hill is pretty much nothing but running from things.
I guess that's why I didn't enjoy Alan Wake either.
Like Fatal Frame.
Yeah, Fatal. Fatal Frame you can't attack at all. You just have a camera. I think I rented that once when I was a little kid, and I was like, "This is the dumbest game ever." After like 10 minutes, and rode my bike back to the movie store. I was like, "I want to return this and get a different game."
This is shit. You should try Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
I don't like that just running away stuff. Like you just have a flashlight. Oh, you have guns now?
Oh, yeah.
Because American Nightmare, and you just had a flashlight, and you had to like focus it on them.
American Nightmare, you do have to focus to kill them, or to focus to like.
It's like take their shield down, and then you can kill them once their shield's
Yeah, I mean you have
gone.
shotguns and like Uzis and stuff. I mean, it plays like a noir film. Like there's like a noir narrator for the whole entire thing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It plays out like a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, okay.
Like it's kind of like a spoof thing.
And that seems a lot better than.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into the story on the first one either.
I never played Alan Wake. I just went straight to Alan Wake's American Nightmare because I saw like how it looked and I was like, that looks really fun. And yeah, there's all sorts of like kind of ghost demon type of enemies and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I would give it a try because I didn't know Alan Wake. There was no guns or anything because I just assumed it. Alan Wake's American Nightmare was just take Alan Wake and put it in a noir setting. But I guess they added guns and made it more arcadey.
Yeah.
Because you could run around and like sprint and like go back and use a shotgun and stuff like that.
Yeah, I may check that out once me and the fiance are done with the pre-sequel.
Yeah,
beat that.
I'm not sure if it's co-op, maybe.
No, if not, oh well.
Yeah, but it's
she's
definitely
new to
a fun
gaming,
game.
so she doesn't like the scary, quick reaction stuff yet.
Mm-hmm. That one's not. It's all open. It's open world.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Like you go into a big area, and then you pretty much just run around that for a while. There's a hotel. There's an observatory. There's all sorts of shit. It's real open world, and you kind of just go where the quest takes you.
I get what you're saying.
It's not like just linear. Oh
yeah,
shit! Something jumped out.
I think that's how Alan Wake 1 was, because
Really?
for however much I played of it,
Yeah.
I played like 30 minutes of it.
I could
30,
see that.
45 minutes.
It was a way
linear.
darker game.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. Now we're getting into 2016. It's I mean you got Assassin's Creed, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe 3.
I'm excited for the Assassin's Creed movie, because isn't it Fassbender?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he playing? Is it Ezio? It's Ezio, or no? It's Altair, right?
I'm not sure.
That's who they're doing the first Assassin's Creed.
Let's see here. It doesn't say. Nope. Just says plot revolves around a man who learns his ancestors are trained assassins. After he is kidnapped by a secret organization with ties to the Knights Templar and sent back in time to retrieve historical artifacts. So I guess they're just doing the first one, so whoever was in the first one.
Yeah, that's Altair.
There you go.
Man, I was hoping they'd do Ezio.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because Altair is cool because he's the first one, but there's like 4 games where he played as Ezio.
Yeah.
So you got to see him go from nothing to being a complete badass.
Badass, yeah. And,
I don't know. I'm excited. I like any video game adaptations, even if they're terrible. They just they get the idea out there for people to make. Except for the Mario. Except for the Mario.
Of course, but that's
yes,
the
I spoke
golden.
of the unspeakable.
That's
but,
the golden thing. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot about this movie. The Coen Brothers movie coming out in 2016. With George Clooney, Josh Brolin, Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, Tilda Swinton, and Ray Fiennes. It's called Hail Caesar.
That's an excellent cast.
Of course. Well, it's the Coen Brothers. They can get whoever the fuck they want. It says, tells the comedic tale of Eddie Mannix, a fixer who worked for the Hollywood studios in the 1950s. The story finds him at work when a star mysteriously disappears in the middle of filming. So, yeah, it's going to be great. I'll watch George Clooney in fucking anything. And, let's see here. Yeah, Devil May Cry. They're doing a Devil May Cry adaptation.
You know who's playing? Is it Dante? I imagine they're doing Dante. I mean, they wouldn't make a movie on Nero.
No, it would definitely be... Yes.
Is it some Asian dude playing Dante, or did they get...
Doesn't say. It's to be announced 2016. They only have a screenwriter attached. And it's Sony Screen Gems. This is the company's attached. So,
lots of video game movies.
Yeah. Star Trek 3. Well, those are all to be announced in 2016.
Yeah.
And Hail Caesar's already got a February release date.
I still need to see Into Darkness. I haven't seen the second Star Trek yet.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I loved the first one, and I don't like
obviously plays Khan very well.
Oh yeah, and I don't like the first one, or I don't like the TV shows at all.
Really?
Like, I'm just not a Star Trek guy. Like
I like the Next Generation. The Next Generation is pretty good.
Maybe if I gave it a chance, but I don't know what it was. One of the old ones that I saw, and I was just like, I don't like Star Trek now. So
Yeah,
I've never given them a
the
chance.
Shatners. I never really got into the 60s and the 70s. The Next Generation is definitely more of a modern sci-fi. Because that was around the 90s, I believe.
No, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, with Picard.
Yeah, with Picard. But yeah, I like the remake, the movie, everything. It's awesome. That J.J. Abrams did.
Yeah.
That's what gives me hope for Star Wars.
Of course.
Because Star Trek was excellent.
Plus, it's...
And that's coming from someone that didn't like the Star Trek TV shows. Like, I loved the Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
Or movie.
And, and then they're passing it off to Rianne Johnson, who did Brick and, everything like that. Looper. And then, Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy reprising his role in Beverly Hills Cop.
He's reprising it? Oh, man.
The new film. He needs to get back in it, man. Eddie Murphy's the shit. I don't give it. He did fuck up a lot, but I loved a lot of his shit, man. Like, all of his stuff in the 80s and early 90s was fucking gold.
What was it?
Coming to America, and I mean, I loved all the Beverly Hills Cops.
What was the one movie where he had the glass of water and he had to jump across the little, like, there was like that little big dungeon, like the big pit. He had to jump across and carry the glass of water without spilling it. And there was like the little kid.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I cannot remember. Pull up Eddie Murphy's thing and pull it up. I'm trying to remember because it had the little Asian kid and it had the chick behind the screen that they were talking to because she was some kind of like god or demon or something. Mm-hmm. It was really weird. I don't know. I remember catching
it. You remember what kind of, like, what era it was?
It was in the 90s, definitely. It was when Eddie Murphy was big.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's get to the 90s.
But yes, he can definitely...
Boomerang, The Distinguished Gentleman.
No.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Nope.
Metro, Dr. Dolittle, The Holy Man, Life.
No, go back down. It might have been the late 80s. The Golden Child. That's the one that I was thinking of. The Golden Child. You never seen The Golden Child?
No, that's the one I've never seen.
Ah. I remember seeing it on like TBS or TNT. Like I've seen it like 5 times just on TV. I've never seen the actual movie. I've only seen the edited for TV version.
Yeah, that's how I saw Trading Places and Coming to America.
That's how I saw Coming to America too. I think it was on Comedy Central at like 11 o'clock in the morning one day when I stayed home from school or something.
That shit.
Back in Comedy Central's golden era.
Life was great.
With Mad TV and everything.
What?
It's in Comedy Central's golden era.
They didn't have Mad TV.
Yeah, they did.
No, I thought that was like Fox.
No, they had Mad TV.
Mad TV, yeah. That was on
once it got syndicated or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant. Like, that was the best time of...
Yeah.
or at least Comedy Central for me. Because I didn't watch the old Mad TV. I'm talking like the one with
Chappelle
McDonald,
Show,
Ari Spears, with all of them on.
Yeah, like
That's
season 6.
Yeah, season 6.
And the Asian guy.
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. Yeah.
I always love with his dick out.
Black dude that did the UPS driver guy. He's the voice actor for everything.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
I always forget his name.
Phil Lamar.
That's it?
Yeah, Phil Lamar.
He is definitely working now in the voiceover gig. But yeah, I'm glad Eddie Murphy's coming back, man. It says the new film brings Detective
away from Galaxy Quest remake. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Yeah, dude. The new film brings Detective Alex Foley back to Detroit during the coldest winter on record. So, boom. That's it. That's coming up in 2016, March 25th. The same day as Batman vs. Superman.
Why would you release anything on that day? Like, that should be the only movie that comes out on that day.
Yeah, it's
no
pretty
other
stupid.
movie gets released.
At least wait till April or something. Like, that is just ridiculous.
Just wait till the next weekend or go to the weekend before.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the same night.
Yeah, I mean, open on the same day as like Christ the Lord out of Egypt. I mean, I think you'll be good on that. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Start making a movie out of that.
It'll be 3D probably.
Oh yeah,
that's definitely a 3D movie.
Slobber coming out.
Yeah, just giant Clifford.
And then Captain America: Civil War. It's coming out on May 6th. And Universal R-rated comedy project. Okay.
That's a interesting working title. Unless that's the name, unless they're going, or are they going for like the...
And then, there's all sorts of video game things coming out in 2016. There's an Uncharted movie.
I never played those. I haven't had a PS3.
I
watched a friend of ours play it,
awesome.
but I never played it myself. They looked real cool. It looked like a cooler Tomb Raider, or like a modern Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider wasn't out at the time.
It was super cinematic, like just in the gameplay most of the time. Just running through mountains and all sorts of enemies everywhere, and just big ass like Aztec ruins. And they were definitely fun.
That's cool.
Super on-rail shooter, but a good third-person shooter. And let's see here, Lego Ninjago, make a movie out of that. I don't see why.
They could just make a movie out of any Lego movie, and they're gonna sell millions just from all the little kids that watch that stuff.
That's true.
They don't even have to know what it is. Just the parents will be like, "Oh, it's Lego. I'm gonna take little Timmy to see this. Maybe he'll calm down for a little bit."
And then he'll want more Legos.
Yeah.
They're making an Angry Birds movie.
See, some things just aren't a good idea to adapt into a movie. How's no one learned that by now?
July 2016 seems kind of like a kids-centric month. It's got Tarzan, Angry Birds, Ice Age 5, and Power Rangers.
See, now, the Power Rangers, I know you're not a big fan of the Power Rangers, but that was my time. Like, I will be there, probably not launch comes out.
Oh, God.
I will be there. It's the Power Rangers.
Of course.
I will. The Green Ranger was the shit. Tommy, I know you have no idea.
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know anything about it.
Nope. That was...
Bryan Cranston was in a couple episodes of Power Rangers.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. He was in fucking everything, though. In the 80s and the 90s,
X-Files,
he was a working actor,
he was
man.
in Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the pictures of him in Power Rangers circulated around the internet many times. Oh, okay. That's what I was hearing about. Guy Ritchie's new movie, King Arthur, or Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
It stars...
Is it actual medieval, or is it like a comedy type of thing?
No, I mean, a 6th century King Arthur defends Britain against Saxon invaders.
That's going to be awesome, because Guy Ritchie's never a bad choice.
Oh, no.
I'm still waiting on...
The Real Rock and Roller?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's probably never going to happen.
I know. Well, they shouldn't have ended it that way then.
Yeah, I know. Let's see here. It's got Idris Elba.
Oh, well, I mean, of course. He was in
be,
Rock and Roller.
Bedivere.
And you know, Guy Ritchie tries to keep like the same little crew.
Yeah, now Idris Elba's blown the fuck up, so.
Oh yeah.
He's in everything.
Because I mean,
he kind of fucked up with that new movie he did.
I didn't see too much of him before Rock and Roll. I don't.
No,
maybe I just never noticed.
Well, he was a British actor.
That's true, and I didn't.
He was,
back then, I didn't watch a lot of British stuff.
Yeah. They
Like I didn't watch a lot of British TV shows back then.
Did you see the movie that he was in? The recent one he did. He was like a serial killer.
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I never.
People are pretty mad about it.
Really?
Well, he's a serial killer who preys on women.
So yeah, this isn't really a good time with the whole feminist movement going on.
Yeah, it's not really that good. Yeah, people are giving a lot of shit for it. I mean, I think it's cool because he's like just pure villain, like pure evil.
Like, is it awesome? Because I love the bad guys.
So, I mean, I'll play the trailer for you.
If he does like an excellent bad guy, like I'll be all about it.
Oh yeah, because like it shows in the beginning of the trailer, you know, he shows up and he's like in the rain, and the woman answers the door and he's like, "Oh hey, my car broke down. Can I use your cell phone?" And he's like super charming, you know, obviously. I think it's no good deed. That's it. Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, I got a 26 Metascore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 5.8 on IMDb.
Because I watched the first 2 episodes of Luther, and that was really cool. Like, he played a good, like, kind of anti-hero in that.
Yeah.
Especially the pilot episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this trailer playing.
Yep. It does seem like it would be a thriller, a pretty good thriller. I don't know if it's actually going to be, good or not, obviously.
But to be that guy, that's all subjective.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, like, objectively good, like,
if
production value-wise and stuff like that, or, like, plot and dialogue and stuff like that, not just, like, oh, I don't like what he's doing in that movie.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the bad guys, so any movie that's focused on a bad guy, I usually... Like The Entitled?
Yeah.
Love that movie. So he's a married man too, and he goes and preys on.
No, that wasn't him.
Oh, that wasn't?
No.
I can't see it too well from over here. You know,
racist?
Yeah.
Oh, black man looks the same?
You know how laptop screens are when you look at them from the side. Oh, so he's just torturing one girl during the whole thing. I thought he was going on like a spree.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was him like torturing and killing multiple girls while the police try to catch him.
No, that'd be a little too much. For
well, kind of like Zodiac type society. Of thing is what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
like
but that was
Zodiac
a real
style.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't just... Then people are like... Then they could be like, well, I made what it was. I mean, you can't get mad at me that other dude in real life killed all those people.
No, that looks awesome.
No, yeah.
Idris Elba is awesome, and I love bad guys. So, I mean...
Yeah, it just... I'm not sure if the reviews are because of the material or if it's because of it's an actual shitty movie. Let's see here. A 0.
It might just be the whole, like, style of the movie, like the story of it. Like, it's kind of played out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude breaking in a house trying to capture person. Like, how long can you really escape from somebody in a locked house? Like, there's only so many rooms for you to run from. There's only so many little tricks you can do before the dude's like, all right, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to tie you up now. And
like, well, fuck it. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. Yeah, it just doesn't look like...
That's part of why I can't do horror movies and, like, scary stuff. There's just too many plot holes that have to be there for the movie to work.
Yeah.
Because, like, if somebody broke into your house, they're going to tie you up. And that's it. Like, you're tied up. You're not going to be able to, like, wiggle out or, like, grab this broken piece of glass that's down here that you can just barely reach and then magically cut yourself or cut your rope and then escape. Mm-hmm. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, they tie you up once and you're captured and then you're dead within a couple hours.
Yeah.
And you don't escape 3 times and, like, none of that ever happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Those more just...
Because, like, just leave the house. It's creepy, like you leave the house. Almost. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, the plot holes have to be there. Like, you have to do the stupid things or else the
if
movie
I get
wouldn't work.
heebie-jeebies and, like, I see something, if I see a person, I'm just straight out the door.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
I'll just run in the street and be like, help.
And then the movie's over. Like, 2 minutes in, like, you stumble upon this cabin where there's some crazy rednecks or something going on, and they're like, oh, what you doing out here, boy? Be like, oh, sorry, nothing to see here.
And they're like, all right.
I'm just lost.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, get out of here.
Like, get out of here, boy. All right. Nah, then they follow you on their 4-wheelers and rape you, man. All right, so we have one more movie that we were going to talk about, Down by Law, by Jim Jarmusch. Did you like it?
I could probably like it if I was prepared for it more.
Maybe you like it more on a rewatch?
Probably on a rewatch.
Yeah.
Because it was very artsy and type, and I watched it right after I watched The Signal.
Yeah, which are 2 completely different movies.
Yeah, I went from, like, thriller, like, sitting at the edge of my seat, like, oh, what's going to happen next, to, like, laid back, like, long, single scene, or single shot scenes, just of dudes talking.
Yeah, because, I mean, every scene, it's just a static camera. Yeah. It doesn't move.
And some, they might not even talk in it.
Yeah, no.
Or it's just,
I think the only scene
Tom Waits singing. Yeah. Like, that's all it is, just him sitting drunk somewhere singing. Yeah. Like, that's the only scene.
Yeah. Buzz off.
Yeah, buzz off.
Oh, buzz off, yes. Yes, thank you, buzz off.
Good day, everyone. Buzz off.
How about you go get a flying fuck? Like, Roberto, Bob, he's my favorite character in the entire movie. What did you think of Jack, the tall guy?
The tall guy?
Yeah.
I liked him. He was my favorite of the movie.
Really?
But, I mean, he was more of, like I said, he was more the the bad guy of the group, if there was one.
He was a pimp.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's just a pimp. Hey, you making any money tonight?
Yeah.
A pretty little thing like you?
All right, I'll check with you later. Yeah.
Like, he's a very nice pimp, too. Like,
yeah,
I feel
he is a
like
nice pimp.
If any other pimp would have been like, why not? Bam, backhand.
Bitch! You better work these streets. Yeah, he, none of the characters are really hateable. That's why the movie works, I think. You might not love them, but you can't really hate them. Like, I don't know, I like all 3 characters. Probably the same. Tom Waits is awesome in this. But, yeah, he does sing a lot.
But, I mean, he's a singer. Why not have him sing, though, of course.
Mm-hmm. And he did sing...
it's better than just a scene of him just sitting there drunk.
Yeah.
Just not saying anything.
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
why not just let him sing?
Yeah. Because that would definitely come natural to him. He, Tom Waits and Jim Jarmusch have had a long career together.
I haven't seen any movies by Jim Jarmusch other than this one, to be honest. I don't think I have. What are some other...
No, it's...
what might have I...
The Broken Flowers, or Only Lovers Left Alive.
I saw you watching that one, so I saw like 10 minutes of it, but that's it. But yeah, I just haven't seen a lot of his movies.
Yeah, no, he's...
I know you've recommended him to me time and time again, but you know how the list goes with movies that you need to watch. There's always... You add 10 a day, you can only watch 1 or 2.
One, maybe.
Yeah, 1. Maybe 2, maybe 3 if you're off and you want to be like, all right, I gotta watch some movies.
It's just a movie day. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember how I got into him. It was just probably when I was starting to get into directors. It was just recommended from some other filmmaker, maybe like, I'm not sure. He's closely related to a lot of people. I mean, he's not really well known in the commercial film world. He's well respected in the art and film worlds.
Oh yeah, I've seen his name everywhere. Like,
yeah.
I've seen his name. I've heard other actors like talk about they like his movies and stuff.
There's a great scene in Bored to Death with Jason Schwartzman, and he gets an offer to write a screenplay with Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah.
And he just shows up to Jim Jarmusch's studio, and he's got there's a woman sitting in a corner, and it's just a big open loft with a single pole in the middle, and Jim Jarmusch is just trying to fix gear around the pole.
Yeah.
Like, he just tells him, he's like, I don't know, I want to write a movie. I forget what he says. It's only about 2 sentences. And he's like, oh, that's it. And he's just riding around in a circle.
In a circle.
Yeah, just looking, just he was standing up on it. And, with his crazy white hair, if you've ever seen a picture of him.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of him.
Yeah.
It's like a really big flat top. It
just goes all sorts of crazy different directions. But yeah, he's definitely eccentric. Yeah, sorry guys, we had to edit. The neighbors decided they wanted to cut grass and blow leaves at the same time. So, yeah. Now we're back. Jim Jarmusch, we were on him. We just found out he came from Akron, Ohio, which I did not know. And he's just one of my favorite filmmakers. He's worked with a lot of great people. He's been at it since 1980. And his last movie was Only Lovers Left Alive with Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, that's the one that were vampires, right? Mm-hmm. He was a musician.
Yeah, they were over 200 years old, and they lived in Detroit, I think.
Does he actually play the guitar? Or did he just, airplay the guitar and they just cut the sound in?
Kinda. He's real mysterious.
Because I never saw the movie, so I don't know if he plays anything crazy at all, or if it's just
he doesn't
chords
really play
that he plays.
Much. He's more... It's more them talking.
I figured, I saw you watching it a little bit, so I saw him have a guitar in, the trailers. I think there was one scene where he had a guitar in the trailer. So, I didn't know if he played it a lot or what.
Yeah, no.
It's just always interesting when actors have musical abilities too. You see
I'm
them
not
playing
sure
the piano, and you're
good.
like, oh, are they really playing the piano, or are they really playing that violin?
Most of the time they're not. I've seen. Yeah, that was it. It's Mia Wasikowska. Or Wasikowska.
Yeah, the girl from Alice in Wonderland. That's what I always remember her from.
Mm-hmm. And Anton Yelchin.
The new Alice, whatever the remake's called. Is it Alice in Wonderland?
It's Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, and Anton Yelchin's in it. He's good. He played Scotty, I guess, in Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
The Russian guy.
Yeah, the little Russian guy.
Is it Scotty?
No, it's not Scotty.
No, it's not.
It's
no, it's like
Scotty's the Irish. Scotty was Simon Pegg.
Yeah. I was thinking something different.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, I always forget the Russian's name because he has saying 6. He can't say 6.
Yeah. And John Hurt, he was in that as well.
Ah, John Hurt.
Mm-hmm. But
can't go wrong with him.
Yeah. What did you think towards the end of the movie? It started getting weird and down by law when they escaped.
Yeah, once they escaped. Mm-hmm. That's when I started getting more interested in it.
Yeah.
It took me 20 minutes to actually start.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it and I found myself trying to go to Reddit and stuff during the first 20 minutes. I was like, no, I gotta watch this movie. I can't.
Because you gotta get the setup of why they're there.
Oh, this is interesting. What's this going on? And then I noticed I'm not even paying attention. I had subtitles on and I would keep glancing over.
Yeah.
But I would start reading stuff and get stuck in comments and be like, no, turn that back off and go back to watching it. And then once it got halfway through them being in prison, I started paying attention more. Started getting more interested.
It's you scream, ice cream.
Yeah. They were all just shouting.
Ice cream. We all scream for ice cream.
And they were all just shouting and stomping around, just going in a circle.
Yeah. And they get this whole fucking jail to do it.
Yeah, just everybody just shouting ice cream.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny moments in that movie. Jim, he does love comedy. Just not very broad comedy. It's more like subtle and more in situations than actual jokes. It's the same in Night on Earth, which is another one you should watch. It takes place over one night in 5 different cities in cabs all across the world.
Yeah.
See, it says 5 American and European cities. And it's got all sorts of people. Winona Ryder, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
Gus from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I had to go through the actors. Like, the pictures and the names were, like, spinning on a wheel in my head, and then they lined up, like, ding, ding, ding.
That's it. Yeah, and Rosie Perez, and Gina Rowlands. That's a really good film, though. It's kind of like Coffee and Cigarettes, where it's 5 different sections.
Yeah.
Don't really coincide with each other at all. I always liked things like that, just a day in the life kind of pictures.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch Broken Flowers. That'll be the next one that I'll watch.
Yeah, that was on Netflix.
That's why I'm gonna watch it, so I don't have to find another copy of it somehow. Yeah, I'll just have to go rent it or something, or download it. It's already on Netflix. Just play.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, Broken Flowers is great. Bill Murray, he just plays a kind of broken guy. Like, he doesn't really react to much. He doesn't really seem like he gives a shit about what's going on around him.
Just very apathetic.
Mm-hmm. Like, it says, as the extremely withdrawn Don Johnston is dumped by his latest woman, he receives an anonymous letter from a former lover informing him that he has a son who may be looking for him. A freelance sleuth neighbor moves Don to embark on a cross-country search for his old flames in search of answers.
Isn't that the one you told me the only way he would do it is if it was filmed around his house?
Yeah, I believe that's... that was what I heard.
You told me that. You heard it or something. Mm-hmm. That he was like, I'll only do this movie if it's within like a 5-mile radius.
It says... Let's see here. He says, according to Bill Murray, he considered retiring after doing this film because he felt that it was his best acting performance he could ever give.
And it was just one where he didn't care. He's always plays that character, though, just like that kind of apathetic,
barely
melancholy,
ever...
Just like, I'm here, whatever.
He barely ever says anything. Yeah, let's see here. Bill Murray agreed to do the film on the condition that he would not have to travel more than an hour from his home in Hudson Valley, New York.
That's what it was, an hour.
Jim Jarmusch agreed, and all scenes were filmed in either New York or northern New Jersey. And it said Jim Jarmusch finished the script in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, wow. So he's just like, I got this movie down. I'm going to do it within an hour of Bill Murray's house.
Yeah.
Didn't you say it's got some, like, the RZAs in it and everything?
No, that's
Coffee and Cigarettes?
Yeah, it's Coffee and Cigarettes.
It's Coffee and Cigarettes, okay.
Coffee and Cigarettes is another one. That's I think the first one I ever watched. And,
that's crazy that the RZA would be in a artsy Jim Jarmusch film.
Well, they don't drink, like, they only drink tea. They don't drink coffee.
No.
Like, the Riz and the Jizz are, like, intelligent. He's an intelligent motherfucker. Or both of them are.
No, I did not know that.
I love those dudes.
I mean, well, I kind of did. I've heard it before, because, I mean, I've heard, I don't know.
Yeah, you hear different things about the Wu-Tang Clan, like, Old Dirty Bastard going to see that girl in the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're just good dudes. You know, I mean, obviously some of their lyrics are insane, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just entertainment, though, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's what they wanted
they were like characters they were putting on. It was more like a persona.
Kinda, yeah.
It wasn't like, this is us. Like, it's like, we're
I
in
can
Wu-Tang
definitely see the
mode,
persona.
now we're in normal mode. It was just like a stage performance type of thing.
But Coffee and Cigarettes, I'll just go ahead and see what the cast is. Okay. Roberto Benigni, Benigni, that's it. He was in Die by Law. He was Bob.
Okay.
Roberto.
Yeah.
Stephen Wright, the comedian. Steve Buscemi, Iggy Pop, Tom Waits, Kate Blanchett, Jack White, Meg White, in a segment entitled "Jack Shows Meg His Tesla Coil."
Ah.
It shows her Tesla coil.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird one. Alfred Molina and Steve Coogan. You know who Alfred Molina is?
Mm-mm.
I'm sure. He was.
I mean, I might.
He was
one of the people where I don't know their names, but.
Doc Ock.
Oh, okay.
In Spider-Man. Yeah. Him and Steve Coogan. You know him?
Like I said, I probably do. It's probably the same as him.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Like one of the guys that's in a lot of things, but you never know their name.
Yeah, he's British. That guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Steve Coogan, he's great. That was a great one. It's kind of like Alfred Molina is a big fan of his, and like he's like a super big fan, and like they're having lunch, and Steve Coogan kind of realizes it like during the lunch. He's like, yeah, and then the Jizza and the RZA, and Bill Murray. Yeah, that's a good fucking cast.
It is. It sounds like it. Definitely, that'll be the next one that I check out. They're after Broken Flowers.
Yeah, I would check out Broken Flowers first. I'm not sure if Coffee and Cigarettes is on Netflix.
It was a few months ago. I don't know if they took it off, but I remember it being on there at one point.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, it might be. But, you know, they take stuff off, put stuff on.
What's the cover of it look like?
It's just kind of a red cover.
Because that's what I go off of on Netflix. I don't look at names because that would take way too long.
Yeah, it's just got a...
Yeah, that was on Netflix, I believe, at one point. That looks familiar.
Well, I think that's about it. We covered a lot of stuff today, don't you think?
Yeah.
No?
That's
pretty good. All right. So I guess recommendations for this week: anything by Jim Jarmusch. Just fucking anything by Jim Jarmusch, doesn't matter. And The Signal.
Yes, definitely see The Signal if you like sci-fi thrillers. Mm-hmm. Give it a chance.
So that's all we got for you. Have a good day.